Here is question 19. A young chef is having friends over for dinner. The chef starts preparing at 3:45. The steps required in the dinner's preparation are as follows. We start off with A, which is choosing the menu. Then we go to B, and then C, D, E, F, G, and all that stuff. So the question is, how do you know where to put the letters? Well, I'm starting with A, and then B has a prior step of A, and C has a prior step of A. I'm just going to start my list right here with A. B follows A, but also C follows A. D has B as a prior step. Does anything else have B? No, so I'm just going to put D after B, and nothing else comes after it. E has both C and D as a prior step. I'm going to extend E, I don't know, like somewhere beyond the D and beyond the C. The D and the C can get to that. But also F has D as a prior step. So I'm going to put the F, I don't know, maybe over here. G has C as a prior step. So I'm going to put the G down here somewhere after the C, but like I'm not going to put it like way over here. That would just be weird. So I'm going to put it, I don't know, maybe underneath the D a little bit. Then we have H, which has G as a prior step, but also I has G as a prior step. So I'm going to put like the H here and the I here. J has both E and F as a prior step. So I'm going to put J in between the E and the F. Then K has H, I, and J as a prior step. So I'm going to put it kind of in the middle of H, I, and J. And then L has K as a prior step. So something like that. Does it have to be identical to that? No, these things, you can move them around. You're looking at what's following what. I'm going to draw the arrows in between them. A goes to B and A goes to C. So I'm drawing a line. A goes to B like that. A also goes to C. B goes to, it's just D. E. What does C go to? C goes to E and G. E and G. E and G, like that. D goes to E and D goes to F. And to F. H and I have G as a pre-step. E and F, J has E and F as a prior step. H, I, and J all go to K, like that. Then K goes to L. The next thing is the amount of time it takes. A takes 5 minutes. So I'm going to put a 5. Each arrow that comes out of the A is going to get a 5. So you put a 5 there and a 5 there. B takes 5 minutes. B, we put a little 5 here. C takes 15 minutes. So I'm going to put a 15 here on the arrow that's coming out of the C, and here on the other arrow that's coming out of the C. D, preparing the meatball sauce, takes 5 minutes. All the arrows coming out of the D get a 5. E, 45 minutes. There's a 45 that comes out of the E. Out of the F, we have a 10. Out of the G, we have a 15. 15 here and a 15 there. Out of the H, we have a 15. Out of the I, we have a 20. Out of the J, we have a 10. Then finally, out of the K, we have a 5. Then we want to know how long this is going to take. Like, what's the shortest amount of time it's going to take? And remember, it's really the longest amount of time. We can get to D, and then we have to make a decision. It takes us 10. It takes me 10 to get to the D. It takes me to get to the G. It takes me 20 to get to the G. To get to the E, there's 2 ways I can get to the E. I can come by A, B, D, and E. That is going to be 15. It's going to take me 15 that way. A, B, D, E. It's going to take me 15. Or I could go A, C to E, which is going to be 20. Is 20. I can go 15 or 20. We always have to go the longer route. The next thing is H. It took us 20 to get to G. It takes us 15 more. That's 35 to get to here. Then to get to the K, let's go to the I here. I could do 20 and 15 again is still 35. And then I could go A, C, G, I, K is going to take 5, 15, 15, which is 35, plus 20 is 55. 55, or I could go A, C, G, H, K, A, C, G, H, K, which is 35 plus 15 is 50. To get to the F, It's 10 to get to the D, and then 5 more to get to the F. That's 15. To get to the J, that's 10 more. That is A, B, D, F, J. A, B, D, F, J. 25. Then to get to the K, that is A, B, D, F, J, K, is 10 more than 25 is 35. Now remember, we always have to take the longest route. It's like when we were making the pizza. Like if it takes us 15 minutes to make the sauce, and it's going to take us a half hour to make the dough, what's the shortest amount of time it takes to make the pizza? You can't just throw the sauce into the oven. It's going to make a horrible mess, right? You need the dough, and then you got to throw the sauce on that. So you have to wait for the step that's going to take the longest amount of time, always. We have to look at each time like we have a nexus, like E, we have two ways of getting to E. We have to take the longer one. We're going to go and cross out the routes that are too short. So this one, we're going to cross out. To get to E, it takes us 20. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. Because we can get to J two ways. We could also go by A, C, E, J. A, C, E, J. So ACE is going to take us 20. Then the 45 is 65. We're going to take that over the 25. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, we were talking about ABD, and that doesn't make any sense. Let's erase that. ACEJK. CEJK is 75. We have 75, 50, or 55. I'm taking the 75 because it's longer. Finally, the last step is we're going to do ACEJKL. ACEJKL, and that is going to be 80. The least amount of time it's going to take to prepare dinner is 80 minutes, and it's always the longest amount of time. That's how you do a directed weighted graph. Is it possible for dinner to be served at 5 p.m.? Explain your answer. Well, we're starting at 3:45. We're starting at 3:45, and then we're going to 80 minutes. There's 60 minutes in an hour, so if I add an hour to that, so we're adding to that 1 hour, and we're adding 20 minutes. 80 minutes is an hour and 20 minutes. Adding an hour, plus I'm adding 20 minutes. We're gonna have 465, which is 460, like 60 minutes after 4 is 5. So we're talking about 5:05. So the shortest amount of time, 80 minutes. Now dinner's gonna be served at 5:05. Big negative on that one. All right, and that is it for question number 19. Have a good day.